So the Philadelphia Eagles, desperate for cornerbacks, especially after Avonte Maddox getting hurt, signed Orlando Scandrick once again. We signed him before the preseason, and he didn't make the team. We got the Eagles. We got the Sixers. Philly talk. What's going on, everybody? Philly Mike back. And what are we doing? I understand we just need to get a body in there so we can have somebody to just trot out on the field in case of an emergency. But Orlando Scandrick, didn't we find out in the preseason that he was super butt? That he couldn't cover? That there was no reason for us to sign him? I guess somebody out there is better than nobody out there. But Orlando Scandrick's, I mean, I know that the free agency pool, there ain't just cornerbacks just sitting at home ready to go out there and play all-star wide receivers. And once upon a time, Orlando Scandrick for the Cowboys was great in the slot. That man used to be a really good slot cornerback until he got about 10,000 injuries and, got old. He's not good no more. And I guess he's going to be on the roster until we can figure something out. You know what I mean? Jalen Ramsey, the Jaguars do not want to let this man go. This man wants to go, but the Jags are going to do everything in their power to keep this man, just to keep this man. So, definitely, I want Jalen Ramsey. I definitely do. I don't really even know what the asking price at this point is anymore. The Jaguars said 2 first rounds. Now the Jaguars want to keep him. You know what I'm saying? There was a rumor about Zach Ertz, but no. So I don't even know what the asking point would be. This hasn't been talked about, but what about Xavier Howard for the Miami Dolphins? Are Miami Dolphins still trying to win games? Do they really care? At this point, you know what I mean? I don't see why Harry Roseman can't even reach out to him hey, what up with Xavier Howard? You're trying to think about, you just got rid of Minkah Fitzpatrick to the Steelers for a first round. So what? And he's a young person. So if you're trying to rebuild your team with all these first round draft picks, you still want to keep the young players. So a old linebacker, an old cornerback, an old this. I understand getting rid of them, Miami, because you wanted to build for the future. But Minkah Fitzpatrick could have been part of your future, and you still got rid of him. So, you know what I'm saying? I would like to see what's up with Xavier Howard, because that boy can still play. I mean, he's still playing good with the worst team I almost ever seen. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. There's a couple cornerbacks on teams where the teams are in bad situations and all that. Now, these people are not, asking for trades and whatnot, but I don't see why we can't just, pick up the phone. You know what I mean? A phone call won't hurt. A phone call won't hurt. You got people like Chris Harris Jr., you got people like Xavier Howard, and of course the big one, Jalen Ramsey. You know what I mean? So I feel like the Eagles are going to need to do something because, like I said, I was very impressed that our secondary held Aaron Rodgers to 2 field goals in crucial times and them 2 huge stops. 4 downs, turnover on downs on the 1-yard line, all passes, and the big practice squad, Craig James with the deflection and picked off by Nigel Bradham. So I was very impressed by our secondary on them 4 key drives. But the rest of the game, my God, it looked like a game of Madden 20 out there. You know what I mean? Aaron Rodgers was doing whatever he wanted. And like I said, if we could just get a decent pass defense, we'd be great. Again, it does always start up front. Remember, we won the Super Bowl with Jalen Mills and Ronald Darby. And we won the Super Bowl because of the fact that our pass rush was so dirty that the quarterbacks had to get rid of the ball quick. So the cornerbacks wasn't worried of getting beat over the top because they knew that the ball was coming out in 3 seconds. And if I could press up, I could stay close to the receiver, and I know in 3 seconds the ball's coming, so there's not much I have to do. Now, if I got to D a receiver for 7 seconds, 8 seconds, I'm going to get burnt. I mean, even at that point, even Jalen Ramsey's going to get hit on with a couple passes. So it all starts with the pass rush, and that's how the Eagles been forever. We always been built tough and durable up front. So we got to get that, which I've seen real great signs of us coming back to life in a pass rush against Aaron Rodgers. It's just that Aaron Rodgers is Houdini in the back. You know, he breaks out of stuff and all that stuff. There's been multiple, but we got that strip sack, and there was many times that I saw any other quarterback would have went down. So I was impressed by that. So back to this cornerback stuff. Jalen Ramsey, would I love to have him? Yes. Again, I just don't know what the asking price is no more. I don't know what Jaguars are even thinking about. I mean, they're like, damn, I really don't want to get rid of him, but this man's pretty much giving us a choice. So, but damn, Howie, yo, call Denver up. Call Miami up. I mean, what you got to lose? What you got to lose? Because I'm not trying to see Orlando Scandrick on the field. You know what I mean? And again, we got some time. We got some breathing rooms. Again, you don't sleep on no team, but we got the Jets coming in Philly. They've been looking really bad. But the fact is, their starting quarterback, both the first and second string quarterback been hurt. Their first string quarterback got mono. Who gets that anymore these days? But he'll be back probably against us. So at the end of the day, we got to figure out something that we're going to do in our secondary to shore it up a little bit. But Orlando Scandrick is not the answer. He's not the answer at all. We'll get the job done for this game, I guess, against the Jets. But don't be surprised if the Jets don't move the ball a little bit on us if they get Sam Darnold back. But we're not going against Aaron Rodgers again. We're not going against Tom Brady. We're not going against Pat Mahomes. So we should be good right now. So if we're going to want to compete against these teams, we're going to have to do something to shore up our secondary a little bit. Again, if our pass rush is doing what it needs to do, if it's back to where it needs to be, we don't need super great corners, but we still need some C pluses, some B minuses out there. We can't be trying out there with some D's. You know what I'm saying? Rasul Douglas has been balling. I like that young boy. Rasul Douglas is my dude. And Sidney Jones, he has his up and downs. Vontae Maddox, and like I said yesterday, prayers to you. Come on, Sendejo, you got to watch what you're doing. But yeah, we need to shore up this secondary. If Jalen Ramsey's not there, we got to figure out what we're going to do next. We can't just be lingering on Jalen Ramsey. Because you would have thought now, Harry Roseman's that dude. If something was able to be done, it would have got done. You know what I mean? So every day that goes by, even if Jalen Ramsey's doing these, I'm not going to come practice. My back hurts. I got the flu. The child thing is legit. I mean, they talked about it before the thing. When his child's born, he going to miss time. If he keeps doing that, it might push Jacksonville to finally pull the trigger. But if something was gonna happen, it would have happened already. So, we have to look at ourselves and say that we gotta win with what we got, or we gotta figure something else out. So I don't know. Of course, like I said, I would love Jalen Ramsey, but I also would like to hear what's up with them other corners. You know what I mean? Just how we need to do is due diligence by just looking at all 31 other teams' rosters, who is available, who wants to, get picks or get stuff for the future, who's desperate for a runner back, someone's desperate for a receiver, someone's desperate for something that we can say, okay, we can give one of our receivers for this cornerback, a B-, C+ cornerback. We can give one of our runner backs for this guy. You know what I mean? So we got to look into all that stuff. That's Howie's job, and he's one of the best. So I do believe the Eagles are going to get something done before we play the Minnesota Vikings. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like I always say, like this video, share this video, subscribe, and let's go.